Whether you're an experienced editor or just a newbie and you're using CapCut for the first time, then adding text to your videos when you're editing them can be really nice. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can add text to your videos in CapCut. Let's jump to my screen so that I can show you how to do this. Let's go. Alright guys, as you can see, I'm in CapCut. And as you can see, I have just a very basic video of the sea, right? Beachside video here. And I'm going to show you how to add text from basic to advanced, let's say. And to go ahead and start adding your text, you want to go ahead and click this text icon here. Then you will see default text. And this is what you want to click, this plus icon here, to add the default text. And this will allow you to give you the options here on the right hand side. Now, once you have this option, you can go ahead and you can add the text that you want. You can write whatever you want there, right? And I'm just gonna remove this text and I'm gonna add like welcome to paradise, being that it's a beach view, just for the purpose of this tutorial. Right here, once I add this, you can already see on the timeline that the text is added, default, the default text is added on there. And what I can do now, I can always stretch this to match the length of how long I want the text to appear on the screen. So you can stretch it to how long you want, how much seconds, by just simply click on it and drag and hold. So that's basically how you adjust it. Or if you want to split it, you can always click anywhere within the text and click like Ctrl B and it will have a break. It will break the line of the text and you can just space it out. It's totally up to you. But let me go ahead and just delete this part here because I don't want the text to be too long, right? Now, let me just click back on the text. Now, on this right hand side, you have the basic text, right? And here you have font. And you can always go ahead and by default it is showed the system font, which is the basic font or default font, but you can click in it and you can find much more fonts. Now these arrows mean that you have to download these fonts. So all you have to do is, if you see something that you really like within the list, you can just simply click the download icon here and it will easily download the font. Let me just go ahead and show you how that works. So if I click this font, let's say I want that, it will quickly download the font for me and it will be selected, right? Now, as you can see, it's taking up the majority of the screen here. I can go ahead and I can select a number in terms of size, or I can use this here to adjust how large or how small I want the text to be, right? Another way is just simply click on this and drag to manage the size of the text here on the screen, right? Here is also style if you want it to be bold, if you want it to have an underline, or you want it to be italic. You can do so as well. It's totally up to you. And as well, you have the color. You can go ahead and you can select various colors if you want. It's up to you as well, right? And on top of that, you can do your alignment if you want as well. And here on this right hand side, you have this little triangle. It allows you to add like keyframes if you would like to do it as well. Now there are some presets here below as well. So if you would like to just generally choose a preset, you can click on various preset and it will give you whichever preset you feel like you want. Some of them have like a background or border on it, like this one, and you can choose as well to choose a preset. Now if you scroll down a bit more, you also notice there are scaling here as well. There are position of how you want as well, different places, position that you can rotate, etc. You can also play around with the opacity of the text as well. You can play around with that if you so desire. You can also play around with the stroke. This is basically the outline of the text. So if I want to change it to a different color, I can always do that as well. As you notice, I'm changing it there. It's making some changes to the outline of the text, right? Just general example there, right? But for this purpose, I will just put it back to black or something like that. right? And you can always add a background if you desire and change the background color as well. And you can always play around with the opacity of the background. As you can see there, it's up to you, right? So you can play around with it and make it more stylish, glow, shadow, whichever you want, you can do so. Now, if we move on to the bubble section here, all you have to do is click it. Now, what the bubble actually means here is these different shapes or like design. If you click on any one of them, what it's gonna do is gonna put your text inside. So if I click, for example, this, it will put my welcome to paradise in it. If I choose this, it will do the same. So whichever you desire, you can click on it. If you like this design, you can click on them and it will definitely put your text within one of these boxes, right? So you can always choose something like that. And in terms of effects, these are some custom arts, let's say, different effects that you can choose from. And if you click on any one of them, you will see that it does something to the text as well. So it basically it's like an enhance or more option to the styling, or let's say presets. So you can choose from these options as well if you so desire, right? You can do that as well. So on the animations here, guys, you have an in, you have an out, and you have a loop, and I will go through each of them. So in is straightforward. This is basically how you want your text to appear. So you just need to select one, or if you want to download something, you can basically click on the download and it will download how that specific text will appear on the screen, right? And the outro is this same thing, straightforward. This is basically how the text will leave the screen, right? So you can choose glitch, for example. There are so many of them that you can choose from, but let's select glitch in this case, right? Now the loop, this basically means how the text will be animated while it's on the screen. So there are so many different ones, right? So for example, this one, for example, with the text kind of booming, you can select that and look at that. That's basically what's going to happen while the text is on the screen. Or we can do like a wobble, so it will wobble, something like that. Pretty neat, right? And these are different things that you can choose to kind of enhance how your text is doing. Look at this one as well. It's like a welcome to paradise, yeah, something like that, right? And that's basically the loop in effect of what happens to the text. Right, then of course you have tracking as well that you can play around with, and you also have a text-to-speech, guys. Now the text-to-speech, these are some AI voices, right? So whichever text you have on the screen, you can easily use one of these text-to-speech voices and click on it, and the voice, the AI will speak it for you, right? So for example, let's use the charming female voice here. So if I click on this, it will say welcome to paradise. It's pretty neat, right? And if I want to add that, I just basically click start reading and it will generate the voiceover of it saying welcome to paradise. So you can easily listen as well how it sounds. Welcome to paradise, right? So you can do that with the text. Now, and this is just basic, you can also add like a fade, as you notice as well. With the voiceover there, you can do some of the basic stuff to it, that you can add fade in, fade out, you can do noise reduction, you can have some voice effect if you want it to be deep, low, or like a robotic or whatever you want, chipmunk voices. You can choose that, the speed as well. You can play around with all that good stuff, right? So guys, now as you can see here on the left hand side here, you have various options. You have text effects, you have add text, you have text templates. Auto caption is basically the AI voice are generating the text to speech. But if you click like add text here, this will expand and you will see that it's the same default text, right? Now let me go ahead and show you what it looks like on the effects. Now on the effects, you have various different let's say effects, how they look, and they're basically like text art. So you have a whole bunch of text arts here, right? But the nice ones is actually the templates, right? The text templates. It also have a lot of different categories, let's say. So you can either scroll right through and look at various style or text what they're saying, or you can go through the different, let's say, categories. So you have a trending category, different things, different type of text there. You have 3D, you have title, you have social media, you have vlog, you have chapters, outro, spark, love, subtitles, and the list goes on. Timing, festival, but you have so many of them, guys. So many different ones that you can choose from, right? So for example, let's say you want to choose this, let's add this, for example. I can click on it and I can click the plus sign here and I will add it. Now, once I add it, I can always play around with what I wanted to say. So I don't have to have like in love. I can say so nice or whatever it is, I'm just adding something here. I can choose another one as well from a different category. Let's find something, right, that is very interesting. Let's see what's on the trending, and let's just choose something, right? We will, I'm just gonna show you. Let's put, for example, thank you, and I will click the plus icon and I will just put it onto my timeline. Now you can, as you saw before, you can modify these texts, right? You can play with the scale of these texts as well. So the scale basically going to show you how big or how small it's going to appear on the screen, right? And you can always play around with various things. But there is one thing that you're not able to do with text templates here, is you cannot play around with the transition, or let's say the animation of that specific text. You're only able to modify the animation of default text that you've created from scratch. These ones, you're not able to do it. So you just have to use whatever it looks like once it appears on the screen, right? So that's the only, let's say, drawback to these kind of texts that you have here. So that's the only drawback when it comes to these text template, that you're not able to play around with the animation of those texts once you choose a template. So you can always create something from scratch if you want to, if you so desire to play around with the animation. Some of these text templates, you notice that they have their own animation of how they appear, and that's the reason why. So if you're looking for something with a bit more fancy animation, how it appear on the screen, you can choose something else, right? For example, this has a really nice pop. So once it appears on the screen there, it will do like an impact. So if you want something like that, you need to choose it, and then you can modify the color, the art, and all of those good stuff, right? And that's all there is to it when it comes to adding text within Capcut. I hope you find some value within this video. And there you have it, guys. There's so many different variations, so many different styles of how to add text in Capcut. You can even use Capcut text-to-speech feature. So there you have it, guys. If you find some value in this video, feel free to give this video a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. Share your thoughts or ideas. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel, feel free to subscribe to this channel to see much more videos coming out every week like this one. See you next time. Bye.